Nikki! Oh my gosh, you're quick. We're downtown. We're going down by the river. Thought we'd do something fun today. It's Friday. I don't even go to the club. It sucks. I just ran into somebody that I like from there, Brandon. Good to see him. He said I quit working there. It's just toxic. Everybody's dealing with toxic workplaces, not just me. Welcome, Nikki. Are we all having a good time yet? These are old brick buildings. This used to be, I think this was the train station a long time ago. Pretty cool old building. I like the front doors of this place right here. Kind of cool. I think this is the one. Yeah, that's pretty nice. They got a restaurant down here. Hey, Section 8, how are you doing? Look at that, Cotton Bug Bakery. This place, it's called the Boll Weevil Restaurant. I love the exposed brick and the way they did that. I've always wanted a house like that where I could do that inside. That is just so classy, artsy, very cool. I'm all right, Section 8. It's the Boll Weevil, cute little dinner place. Never ate there. They said it's pretty good. Hey, Mr. Hinkle, how are you? We thought we'd do live on the town and at the Savannah River today. Got to get out of my funk. I didn't do anything of any value whatsoever today, except some good phone calls. And got the dresser knobs sanded, varnished, and that'll end my work on the dresser, and it looks nice. Went to the bookstore and I bought The Fellowship of the Rings. I'm going to try to crack into that because I'm running out of Clive Cussler books. Yes, old films are where it's at. Oh, we got a, what is that? No, that's just a boat. It's not a party boat. Let's go down by the river. I tell you, these stairs are so dangerous. I'll bet you people have really messed themselves up. They're too short and too close together. Look at these things. I can't walk these. You can't skip one or you're going to fall head over tea kettle. And look, that's missing. Real safe. City of Augusta better get on this stuff. Shoot, I should just step on the bleachers and go down that way. I normally take steps 2 at a time, but the way these are spaced, these are death stairs. Oh gosh, can you imagine heels on these things? You'd be snapping your stilettos. I hate these things. I gotta watch what I'm doing. Fall down, you're gonna scrape yourself all up. And there's the mighty Savannah. Pretty big river. I don't know how deep it is. It doesn't seem like it has a current, but they said if you get out there, there is a current. The big wide river. This will take you all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. This is when I wish I had money. I'd get somebody to take me by boat, go out to the Atlantic, and take a ride. Slide down the rail. Hey, Cornbread. Hey, Baby Boss. Karen, Violet. Black dresses. This is not a black dress. This is just my own version of a two-piece. Found out the lady I had an eye on is taken. What a bummer. She's a nice gal. Very pretty lady at the bookstore, but she's got a... That always sucks. Anybody read The Fellowship of the Rings? Hey, Chicken Noodle, how are you? There you go. I would not be doing that. There are gators in here and they could get up on those right now. Kayak. I'm not a kayaker. I'm not even a canoeer. Give me a boat. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Whoa. You got to keep on rolling. That's the levee on this side. All this was built up years ago because a long time ago in history, this thing flooded all of downtown. So they built the levee with a lock system. During Helene, where I'm standing, would be underwater. The River Rose is where I'm standing. I'd be underwater right here. .600-foot vessel guy. Yes, absolutely. With giant propeller blades driving it through the sea. Was the Fellowship of the Rings good? I'm like, I got to do it. Because I love The Hobbit, and I never read the rest. I wonder what the taxes are on those houses. I'll bet you those houses are something like $7,000, $8,000 a year on tax. These things are huge. They got their own private boat dock, some of them. One's got a helipad. I saw a helicopter land one day. I'm like, wow, their own private whirly-bird. You know what? I've come down here. I've never seen them, but they are in here. They are in here. You know how you find them? You stick your foot in there. That's how you find the gators. Just dangle your feet in there for a few minutes. They'll come. Kind of like a shark sniffing blood. There's a Helene casualty right there. Big tree went down in the water. The squirrels. You just never know where they're going to hang out. But they are in here. They have an Ironman every year. It's a triathlon, and they swim, and they have divers check out things. They've never had anybody get bit, but I guess there's enough people in the water that they figure it'll keep them at bay. I'm not swimming in there. If there were no gators, I would swim to the other side just to do it. I would just do it just to do it, but not in that mess. Anywhere that there's gators, I'm not going in. Battle of Helm's Deep. No, not sticking no feet in there. Yeah, exactly. And they grab you. You can kind of see in the water. See any fish? Sometimes I'll see the turtles come up. Hey, Day Day, how are you? They even got a stern wheel or paddle wheel back here. A little miniature one. Pretty cool. Big old pink condo in the sky. They're getting ready to do something down here. There's another Hurricane Helene casualty. They just left it right there. A lot of stuff fell down in here. I sound like an old man. I talk about that. That was one hell of a storm. My first real hurricane. It is 7:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This thing broke off. Look at this. Remember I was telling you about them things? They make these dang big old mess up in the, where is it? That mess up in the trees. I forgot that it's called some sort of silkworm or something. I don't know what it is. They make all that in the tree, make a mess up in there, and it catches all the bugs, flies, and everything. I don't know if it's a silkworm nest or what it is, but they'll, especially in the spring, they'll build a ton of them in the trees. And it looks like a big old bunch of spider webs. Cicadas. Love that old trestle bridge. That's still in use. Yeah, Scanner. Where you at again, Scanner? Yeah, it knocked out I-40. I went on I-40 to come down here in 2019. I went right through that area where it was all tore up. I love real steel, man. Riveted steel. That's the good old stuff. My hair's all standing up. Want some lifeguard chairs? That's funny. I gotta adjust myself here. Hold on a second. My top is falling down, folks. Not many people down here tonight. Looks very presidential over here. Look at this. Dun, 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 dun. Two dudes in a boat. Kayak rentals. Want to get eaten by a gator? Come see us. This little thing is for sale. I think I told you this last week. They want $265,000 for this thing. This little riverboat, that one. 265. I saw it in the marketplace. It was vandalized. I can see some broken windows. It drifted away during Helene. It was in a different slip. Drifted down river and had some damage, and some vandals went on and busted stuff on it, of course. But they want $265K for that. I don't know what kind of diesels are on it, but that's the pictures I saw. It's pretty cool. But that's pretty high for that. Just an old-fashioned houseboat. And I believe that it actually, the paddle wheel works. You see the chain on it, it's a chain driven thing. But this, where I'm standing right here, if you look at the docks, they're attached to those pillars and they rise with the rise of the water. This was all underwater where I'm standing. This hedge, everything was underwater. Because I came down here and I saw it. I could see the watermark on the poles, the trees. It's like, oh my gosh, look at all the duckies. Buy you a mini castle. That'd be fun. A mini castle. I wish I had an inheritance in Ireland and I would do just that. But they say castles are damp and musty and cold. Really? It got up to 91 today. It's a little warmish. It'll go down to 89 and start dropping this week. We'll hit 70 something one day. But it's been merciful this time. July into August was cooking us, but then the temperatures started going down. I'm watching the hurricanes. They got a couple possibles in the making out there, but none of them on the Gulf, so that's a good thing. That's the one that hit us. Came up from the Gulf. They've never had one come off the Atlantic this far and hit us. They never had one come from the Gulf and hit us. That was bizarre. Usually when they hit mainland, they peter out. It went all the way to North Carolina and Tennessee and just kept on raging hell. I'm fascinated by that. It's like, what in the world? That was such a off-the-record thing. Look, Snoopy. These things are cool. They got plants on them and everything. Some of these are Airbnbs, I was told. You can rent them for a night or a week or whatever. Yeah, it was. Yeah, monastery. Yeah, Nikki, what was the temperature in Ohio? This sold. That was for sale, this gray one. Grayish blue. Somebody's working on that now. I wonder what they charge for dock rent here. I would actually live on one of those. As long as there's a stove and a toilet and everything. That'd be a cool little house. 70s. Mom, but why is it Ohio's cooler? Of course, you're further north. That's not fair. This is called the change up. The change up. Sloopy, hang on. This thing a Maserati? What is this thing? No. Wait a minute. Is that a Maz? No, it's a Buick. I thought it was because of the side profile. They had Maseratis in Hong Kong. Pretty nice cars. Oh, look at that moon. Let's see if we can get that moon in there. Just under the bridge. Can it focus? There it is. You can barely see it. I don't look like anybody's aunt, dude. That's impossible. I don't know where you come up with that crap. Nothing, Violet. People say that cornbread. I don't know what to think. Sometimes I just think God tries to get our attention. And even then, that doesn't always work. Fair enough, ZS. Fair enough. Now that looks like something you go out to sea with. Look at that squirrel cruising. Where are you going, boy? Squirrel. Squirrels are everywhere. Savannah, they got albino squirrels. That's a trip. Selena, how are you? That's actually North Augusta. That's actually a separate city in South Carolina. I'm like, North Augusta? Yep, and it's not part of Augusta at all. I wish I was like Spider-Man and could just go right up to the bridge up there and just go, poof. That'd be awesome. All in all, it's just another old brick in the wall. If you don't eat your meat, you're not going to get your pudding. Look at that, I'm sweating. I wouldn't drink it. You could swim in it, but there's gators in there. No, you can take your chance with that. I'm going to pass. And I love to be in the water. I will not go in the water in Georgia or Florida because you don't know if you're going to be somebody's supper. Not doing it. Man, these things are steep. American Eagle. Oh, nice little thunderhead formation over there. You guys think I could jump off the bridge to that piling over there? Bet you I would make the news if I could. Sometimes I wish I had supernatural power. Oh, that's a cool sunset over there. We got to get that in here. 2:35 p.m. Really? So it's already the next day. Wait a minute. Egypt? Aren't you guys in the dark? Zero chance. Yeah, Mob, I'm not going to try it. Look at that. Now that's beautiful. That is beautiful. And a little rowboat to find her. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna slow me down. Whoa, you got to keep on moving. But I would love to have the power. Wait for a bunch of people to get on here and say, everybody watch now. Step up on here and go boing. And then just sit down. That would definitely be an attention getter. That was the old bridge a long time ago. That's a trip. Yeah, they're in there. Dean, I haven't seen them, but they are in there. People seen them on time. I'm not swimming in it because you don't know where they are. They're going to see you before you see them. This is Gator country here. Look, everybody starts singing the song. Baby shark, na-na-na-na-na. All made out of tools. Look at this. Wrenches, vice grips, crescent wrenches. That's a trip, man. And they've already carved it up. Nuts and bolts, sprocket, vice grips. Look at that. That's awesome. Really, where you at, dioxide? 30 in the morning, where you at? You up in Canada? No haters. I was gonna say, there might be some of those there, but you never can tell. Sweet home, Alabama, I'll be coming home to you. That's awesome. I love the pink and the orange in that. The phone's not doing it justice. It's a lot bigger than it looks. Hey, Mobby. Hey, Larishia, how are you? Hey, Big Curly. Look at this. You guys think you can find your way out of this? Real hard. The maze of life, folks. And guess what? I got through it. You spin me round, right round, like a bucket baby. What the hell was that? Scared the shit out of me. Damn, got a motorized scooter. No, it doesn't. Rat round and round. Look what they did. They broke the xylophone. I can't even hit the things. They took the things and... Stupid. I didn't even know they had them damn things. Rat round and round. Okay, guys, I got a challenge for all of you. See how manly you all are. Y'all gonna go down there at night and take a walk through all that crap. You can't even see to the bottom. That's a ways. There are snakes and bugs. And could even be some snoozing gators all in that mess. That's right at the banks of the river. I dare any of you to walk through all that crap. '77 in Egypt. Like Vietnam. When I went through Arkansas to go to Hot Springs, I got off 40 and went down a side highway, and I was driving all the way to Hot Springs through terrain like this, just covered in ivy both sides. And that was exactly what I said. I said, this would be good training for Vietnam. Completely crazy. Nope, we got to walk all the way to another state. Let's go. Say I walk to another state today. Border states are fun. I wouldn't walk in that stuff. You'd have to be suited up, have a helmet light on you, and a blowtorch and a machete. That's one thing about out east. It is green. And here we are in the wonderful world of South Carolina. Wow, it looks different over here, man. Let's see what's across the street. I've never been over there. Got to go check it out. That cloud formation looks exactly like Devil's Tower. I don't know if we can see it. Looks like Devil's Tower in Wyoming. Look at that. That's awesome. I read a story. Mosquitoes. Yeah, it's very lush here. A little too lush. Welcome to the jungle. Looks like that's the end of the road, folks. Unless you got your rubber underwear on. You spin me round, 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 right round. Moon's over Miami. Mosquitoes. That reminds me of a story when I was in Hong Kong many, many years ago, and the girl I chased over there, we were laying in the bed, and we were just laying there, and all of a sudden I heard it. I heard the little, and I hear her slap her skin, and she goes, "Mosquito." I started laughing so hard. I said, "You getting bit over there?" "Yeah, why are they eating me?" I said, "They like the brown skin, they don't like the white meat." She laughed. I would love to see the Devil's Tower. Be fun to go to the top. That is a formation that is just cool. And it's all the way in eastern Wyoming. It's just bizarre. I don't know. I believe there's bear in Georgia. You would think it's too hot for them big furry animals, but I believe we got them. They say we got mountain lions down here too. That just blows me away. I know we had mountain lions in Arizona. I seen the footprints one night. My roommate and I, during the winter Christmas break, went out of Prescott and went up to the Bradshaw Mountains. And he borrowed his friend's Toyota 4x4 and wanted to go cruising up there at night. And we got out to walk around, and he had the headlights on. And I said, "Mark, look at right there and look at the snow." He goes, "What is that?" I said, "Those are mountain lion footprints, and they're fresh. We need to go." Fresh in the snow. "What?" I said, "Look, cat prints. Get in the truck." And they were big. I'd never seen one, but I sure saw the footprints. Black panthers are awesome. They're beautiful, but I don't want to run into one face to face. That's awesome. Yeah, I like to get out and walk. It's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to do. Yeah, it is cool. The river's awesome. I love being around water. Just has such a draw to it. We're supposed to have is it a lunar eclipse, September 7th, 8th? I saw something about that. We had the solar eclipse, what was it, a year ago? That was pretty cool. Tina and I went out in the yard and watched it. And the temperature actually cooled down and it diffused the light. That was pretty neat. But like in Ohio, Mob, didn't you guys get a total darkness over there? They got total darkness in Ohio. We didn't get it in Georgia, but it did darken it a bit. That would have been awesome. I got a buddy on Facebook in Washington Courthouse. She drives school bus over there. And she went, her and her husband, her boyfriend, drove somewhere to catch the darkness. They set themselves up to see it get dark. That's awesome. Yeah, this is the Savannah River. Everybody say toy boat 10 times fast. Bet you can't do it. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. Yeah, I'm giving you guys a window to my world. I'll be singing now. My by Miss American Pie. Uh-oh. Got an ambulance in the house. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys drinking whiskey and wine. Singing to be the day that I died. Look at this. That must be a dog fountain. All the way down, I just noticed that. That's funny. Dancing? Shoot. The club is dead. They play all the stuff I'm not wanting to hear, unfortunately. I'm getting old, man. They're not playing the stuff we grew up on anymore. They're playing that stuff that you got to guard your children's ears about. Unfortunately. Oompa Loompa Fountain. That's funny. Yep, this is all the levee, all built up. How you doing? One Adam 12. 10-4, go ahead. We have a body in the Savannah River. 10-4, check it out. Oompa Loompa Fountain. Shoot, let's take a walk on the wild side. I don't like to be on this side at dark. It gets kind of creepy down here. Some older couple was mugged by some hood rats a couple of years ago down here. Stupid. I'm all right. I don't know what is going on with the ambulance, just sitting there with his lights flashing. I didn't see anybody in the cab. Unless they're administering service to somebody on a stretcher back there. I'll be singing bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. I gotta hear that, Nikki. It's been a while. Yep, you're right, Cornbread. You are absolutely 100% right. Wellstar. Anybody want to go to Wellstar building? I'm guessing that that was probably built in what, 60s, 70s? Yep, you don't see the high-rises going up in towns like this no more. You see the downtowns folding up more and more. I'm gonna cut through an old cemetery at the church. Velvet Underground, Lou Reed. I'll have to check that. Is it good? You're always welcome here. They got a president's house up a couple blocks. I'm trying to remember, there's a president. Was it, gosh, whose house is it? I drove by it on my bus route. I can't remember the name of the dang president. Eborn Jones. Look at that. Look at this. June 15, 1759. Died at Augusta, Georgia, July 24th, 1815. Wow. 56 years. That's it. Unbelievable. Wow. That is one old grave. These are old too. These are like the ones at the park the other day. All the lids are broken on them. I know in Louisiana they have to build them above the ground because everything's so wet. By and by, some American pie. That's old stuff, man. You know, this became a state in 1776 when America became a country. What is this? Sagred. I can't read the date, it's so faded. The water's washed some of the stone away. Zoinks. Look out, Scoob. We're in a cemetery. $1809. Oh, husband and wife are built here. This stone marks the grave of wife of Ralph Isaacs, Esquire. It marks also the grave of Charlotte W. Isaacs, youngest daughter of Ralph and Elizabeth Isaacs, September 2nd, 1809. Wow, that's a trip. That's a trip. Somebody's acting weird on the other side. Time to move along. Look at these pillars, man. These things are huge. Now that's what you call a church. Give you some perspective. That's a big building. That one you cannot read at all. Or am I looking at the wrong side? You still can't read it. Holy cow, is that faded? Faded out. I want these gates, mob. I've always wanted a property with gates like this. That's the Nelson residence. I am in Augusta, Georgia, Holly. Hey, Shauna. Oh, yeah, it's a fun place. Let's see, we're going to make a mad rush for this one. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Got the song stuck in my head and it will not die. I never ever drank whiskey and rye. Some people look at me and thought that I'd die. What? You never drank beer? Uneven sidewalk. Should we run around and scream in a parking garage? Hear our echo. Somebody yelled something. Top Gun. Did you actually do that? Hey, cute kitty. I have not been to Bonaventure. I haven't been much out of this area. I pretty much crash landed here in 2019. Then I was out in Florida for 3 months. Bought my house in 2020. When I was a kid, I always loved skyscrapers. I used to think it'd be fun to live in New York City. Not no more. I got that disease cured. Me, no. Sean, I wish I could say yes, but I'm still trying to ride the hump. Next week, we got to start finding a way to get out applications. Just not doing stuff is not good for Michael. There's the Miller Theater right over there across the street. The old-fashioned style downtown theater, the Art Deco front. We got the Imperial down here. I got to see a play there with somebody I worked with. They did The Little Shop of Horrors. This is when banks were banks. Look at that. This place is just totally the bomb. That's a bank. You can only dream. Are you leaving, Holly? Get a private jet. Are you laying low, Shauna? That's good. News building. See, they kept these trees, but you go further down, they cut them all out. That's what made it so cool. It's all this green down here. They got a center boat. They got the parking area in there, in between the trees, and they started ripping it up down here and cutting everything out. I do not know why they did that. It just looks so bald. The Nutcracker. Can you imagine being in downtowns in the 30s? This place had to be hopping back in the day. This building they're getting ready to redo. They're going to turn this into lofts and all kinds of. Somebody bought it. Look at these old lamps. Now that's what you'd see in Chicago. That is so cool. I love the front of this thing.